Hello everybody and welcome to today's webinar. My name's Haylie. I'm going to be taking you through EYFS learning and EducationCity and touching upon like the baseline assessment, but also the EYFS profile or good level of development, whichever one of those you use or whichever combination of those you might use. So our agenda for today, this is what we're going to be doing. Now, at EducationCity, we're aware of the government guidelines sort of saying that the EYFS progress check doesn't need to be completed. But what that means for you as an EducationCity user is that the easy resources we have for EYFS can be used to both support and address the gaps in early learning goals. And support additional learning leading into year one. So we're going to be looking at the EYFS resources and a couple of year one resources as well. Also means that you can use the year one assessments alongside our tracking tools to enable reporting for the EYFSP or GLD. So I'll show you where you can find our assessment tools if you don't, or if you haven't already had a bit of an explore. And finally, our reporting tools can be shared with parents in addition to EYFS practical work if necessary to support these areas. So we'll be having a look at the success tracker that we have available and how you can use that in terms of reporting for each of those areas. Now, just before we get started, the account I'm going to be using is a made-up English school, so do not worry about any student names or staff names you might see. They are made up, so no GDPR being broken here. As I mentioned, it is also an English account, but I will point out any differences for any Scottish, Northern Ireland or Welsh people watching today. I will point out those differences for you. Finally, if we're going through and you have any questions for me, please hold on to them. And at the very end, I will give you my email address and you can send them over along with any feedback that you might have from us. We do love to hear from you. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's get started. Head into EducationCity. And here we are on my homepage. Now, if you log into EducationCity and it takes you to the previous page, you can use that still. It will guide you to the same area that I'm going to be using in this webinar. But you can also click on the ribbon just there and it will take you to this page. And don't forget, all of our webinars are recorded, so you can watch them all on our video user guide on the right hand side of the screen just here. You see, if you open that up, all of our webinars will appear there or on our YouTube page as well. So I have been told I go a little bit fast, so you might want to rewatch this in your own time, and that's where you will find it. So EYFS resources, I'm going to head to our subjects area, and that will be found on our homepage just here, or on the left-hand side of the screen just there. And both of these will take you to the same place. Now, obviously, the names for English, Maths and Science might appear differently to you, as well as this area here. It may have P levels in, it may have early first or second, but essentially it will provide you with the same resources. So I'm going to head into EYFS. There it is just there. And here we are. So the resources that we have on offer for you. So first of all, we've got some great tools for phonics. You can see here if we go in there. So you've got all of these tools for the different sounds, and phase 3 and 4 and 5 there as well. We also have great activities for CBC words, tricky words. You can see as I scroll down here, we meet all of the sort of split digraphs, trigraphs, etc. on there. And these are all activities as well, so meaning that they all come with that activity sheet that you can use with the children, and you can scroll through using those forwards or backwards buttons if you need to. Now, it will all have a version summary just here. The objectives linked to the curriculum map. Everything on EducationCity is mapped to a curriculum. In England, it's the national curriculum, but for Scotland, for example, these will have the objectives for the curriculum for excellence. So it will be mapped to the curriculum that you use. Now, some of our activities, as you can see here, they all come with that activity sheet, and all of our activities are marked for you as well. But some of them do come with a learn screen. Now, you may be asking what a learn screen is. It's kind of like a combination of a PowerPoint and a video. But have a look at the resource guide on the webinars, and that will tell you a little bit more about these tools. So you could use a learn screen for introducing areas of work. And if I head back over here, you'll see the learn screens are just there, and you have your activities just here as well. Loads of tools in there that you can have a look at alongside our lovely learn screens. And then not just for phonics either, we do have some lovely things in terms of PSHE or SMSEH, whichever one of those your school is aiming towards. Things like exploring feelings, really lovely tools for the children. You can see this one there. You can search for feelings and emotions in the search content area as well. One I know, for example, really lovely one called Moody Monsters. And it just talks about emotions and feelings and facial expressions, and that can be found in science for EYFS as well. So if I just head back to the subjects area, there it is just there. Quite handy actually having that search content tool just there. It takes you straight into it. Bit of a useful tool going on there. So in addition to those, we've got some lovely videos, really lovely ones, including nursery rhymes. We've got our ABC song just there. And we've got things for different vocabulary as well. So we've got blending in for new vocabulary and another one down there, as well as some how and why questions. So do explore, they're lovely. Personal favourite of mine is the Days of the Week song. And all of them will have the words come across the top of the page as well. So there's no reason why you can't join in. There we go. They are really lovely videos. The kids love them. There we go. Now, I'm also going to head into our topic tool area. Although these are being updated over the summer, they'll provide you with some brand new resources. You can still use these flash tools at the moment. Reason being, if I head into this one as an example, a lot of them come with, just allow that for a moment, a lot of them come with a print function. And what that means is that you are able to download letters or create an empty list with maybe words that you're working on at that particular point. So I'm going to go with some jolly phonics words. Let's go with those ones. There we go. And we can add those into our reading list. Now, usually you'd play if this was in the classroom, but what we can do here is we can save that. We head to the settings, we've got some more settings just there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an empty list, and we can save that as well as a PDF if we need to. Some of them, like the alphabet, where is it? Just here. There we are. There's some really lovely ones here. You can have a look at the letter name. You can see it being written just there. And these are printable. So you can print these or save them as PDFs and email them home to parents if you wish to. So these make quite nice activity sheets or even flashcards. I just cancel that for a moment. There's some lovely ones that make really useful flashcards, such as this one just here, the Sound It Out one. So do explore and explore the ones that are available in year one as well, because you might find that actually there's more available. Now we do have some think kits in year one, as well as our assessments. Now I mentioned these might be sort of formative assessments you might do at the beginning of year one next academic year, in order to see what gaps there are in the child's learning, but also to see what they already know. So that's quite a beneficial area there as well. Now, if I head back to the home page, I mentioned that you can find the assessments really easily just there. So have an explore of those year 1 or P2 assessments that we've got available to you for use next year. And all of our assessments, as well as our activities, they get marked for you. What that means is you can use the success tracker just here, or the scores and reports just there. And you can have a look for a term, a half term, an academic year, maybe throughout the whole of EYFS for work that the children may have completed. Any activities that have been completed, for example, whether that be in class or at home. Now you can have a look here, you've got your class, group or individual user, and you can have a look, get your EYFS class there. I'm going to head to year 3 just because I know I've got work in there that I can show you that my fake students have completed. But imagine if this was EYFS, you'd have your EYFS here, and you'd have any activities or assessments that had been completed just here, and the scores, as well as the date that it had been completed in. Now, the great thing is you can sort of order these by surname, and you can export this data. So if you want to do it on a year by year sort of level, and you can use this data against those early learning goals if you wish to. Great thing is as well, if you want to look for an individual student, there we go, just there. I'm just going to update that. So you can have a look for one student in particular, the work that they've been doing. There we go. And you can export that as well. So you could also just use this page for Parents' Evening if you wanted to, as if you're doing virtual Parents' Evening. I'm not sure if any of those will be going ahead. But you have got that option available to you as well. So that's just about it for this webinar. Just want to remind you again about our quick links at the bottom here, including our phonics just there, as well as our printable resources. Loads of tools in here that you can use for EYFS. And you've got these great filters down the left-hand side. So you can filter by the age range, the subject area, for example, and have a look at those tools that are in there. And you'll see we've got tools for different times of the year, as well as for educational units. So we'll have things for Diwali, World Book Day, Chinese New Year, Remembrance Sunday, as an example. And you've got sort of your seasonal filters at the bottom there as well. We've also got our teacher resource pack created by teachers for teachers, full of those things you probably spend a lot of PPA time making. Things that children can use for working on, but also really useful things for the classroom. This one is a personal favourite of mine, just reminding children about that little rhyme just there. But there's loads of tools that you can use, absolutely loads. I'm just going to scroll right to the bottom really quickly. There we go. A couple of favourites of mine there. So you've got your alphabet flashcards. And you've also got, if I scroll up a little bit more, just all of the punctuation flashcards and the parts of speech flashcards. It's around here somewhere. Here we are. So you've got your number and letter formation there as well as capitals and lowercase. Lots of tools that you can use. So that is pretty much everything that I've got for you today. I really do hope you can use those to support you in your baseline assessment or in your EYFS profile or your GLD if you need to. Now, this webinar was actually suggested by one of our lovely users. We do have some spaces coming up that haven't been given a theme or a title yet. So let us know about any webinars that you want to see. We look forward to hearing from you, and you can get in touch via our email address just there, including any questions you might have for us, any feedback about this webinar or anything else. We really do love to hear from you. That's all for today. Take care, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.